I think the important thing as a young designer or a young creative is really to immerse yourself in all things creative. I think you have to travel. I think you have to get outside of your own comfort zone, whatever you're used to doing. You need to move beyond that. And you have to continually push yourself to explore and create and be inspired by things. I get inspired by sunsets. I get inspired by the way a leaf has just fallen and I start snapping crazy pictures. I've made my husband pull over on like literally on a cliff going up the Rocky Mountains because I love the color of the water and I needed to photograph it because I couldn't articulate to people the amazing palette that I was seeing right there.
So you really have to project out, and it used to be a lot easier to do that because you would look to Europe, to have more kind of forward fashion and trend. But now with the internet, things have really kind of merged together. So we really have to be really clever about what we think is kind of going to be the new kind of next best thing, latest, greatest, and that is not just about color and pattern, but it's also about categories. So, initially we just started with fabrics, and then of course it grew to drapery hardware, and then wallpaper, now rugs. We added an additional Studio J, which is our boutique line of fabrics. So, we continually grow and look to see, based on what your needs are, consumer demand, trend, and then at the end of the day, just a little bit of what we think is really pretty.
You have to do that and grow in that. And you have to keep practicing and trying and drawing and sketching and sketching and sketching and sketching and working on those sorts of things, because it's not overnight and it's a lot of work and it's an investment, but you have to make the investment in yourself, and you have to have these experiences. You have to understand how people live. You have to understand what drives other people, because if you're going to create something that is marketable or saleable, you have to really become a study of people and see how they exist in their environments and how you can improve those environments.
So what we do is the design team get together, and the design team works probably 3 months out of the year at putting this wall together. So they rip out magazines. They rip out magazines from apparel and home fashion and things that aren't even related, but they just kind of are inspiring, or trends we see happening. If there's a hotel trend that people like to vacation in a different way, that all really affects our industry. So we pay attention to all of that. And then we put it all up on this wall. So and it doesn't ever look this neat. Again, this is just done for it will never look this way again unless we have another party. So anyway, we put all of our ideas and so on up on this wall. And then we gather and have several meetings about, okay, do we see any trends happening in terms of what we put up there? What are our gaps? We look at our sales history, of course, to see, what we see trending, and we listen to our customers in terms of what they've been asking for in the prior years. And then we put together a shopping list, per se.
What's the study path that a student would take if they wanted to design fabrics or wall coverings?
Well, I have come at textile design completely backwards. I was a school teacher. I worked in a paint department. I am really great with color, and I really understand how color is created. But I don't have the technical knowledge of fabric construction, textiles. I'm learning it, but I'm not someone who has studied that, and that's not been my passion. My passion is design. So I am more of a big picture, and now I'm focusing in on the narrow. People who focus in on the narrow don't necessarily look at the big picture. So you have to have a balance of both if you're going to be a good textile designer. From a studying standpoint, hands-on. You have to do something that is hands-on. If it's only theory, it doesn't work. It doesn't translate.
We go around all around the world, and we shop for all of this product. And my job really sucks. But it's a lot of fun. We get to go to Europe. We look for trend there. Spend a lot of time throughout areas in North America, typically North Carolina and New York. And we look for fabrics to kind of fill our needs and our shopping list. And then we send it all back in, and that's where the design team starts to put it together. So they, from the shopping list, start to put together collections and books And once they have a sizable amount on the table, they call us in and they present their collections and the books to us, and we say, yeah, it looks really fabulous, we're right on trend here, or no, we gotta work this a little bit, or no, what were we thinking, get that off the table. So it just depends, and that's really how we come up with all of our ideas and concepts.